So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video, guys. And yeah, this is the last time we will be looking forward to a new chapter or leaks every week. Not gonna lie, but I am a bit envious of the other animes. There are so many anime and whose manga is never ending and is continuing for years. But Tokyo Revengers manga suddenly comes to a halt so abruptly. The manga is coming to an end and still there is so much information we don't know about. But anyway, in this video, we're going to discuss and talk about all the latest information regarding the next chapter, which is the final chapter of this series. But first things first. I'm seeing so much hate around the last chapter. Many of the fans I've seen are criticizing it. So, there are some things we need to talk about this chapter as well. So many of you didn't like the last chapter, that is chapter 277. Considering so many incidents happened in one single chapter. Takemichi and Mikey, both of them were successful in achieving their goal. Cause they did not only save Shinichiro, but all those who were destined to die are saved. Personally, deep in my head, I knew Tokyo Revengers would end this way, but the way Ken Wakui-sensei executed the ending was not so impressive. Even though this series is almost over, there's still one chapter left. This will decide the whole storyline of this series. Everything is resting on the last and the final chapter of the series. So before we talk more about next chapter, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. Firstly, I want to talk about the information I have now. So 2 days ago it was rumored that the Tokyo Revengers series manga will have 8 more chapters. And it is somewhat scheduled to be released in January. Some people asked about this in the comment section as well. I want to answer for those people now that this information is still not confirmed. Only some Japanese people said after the final chapter is released, in the same magazine, they will publish a small article about Ken Wakui-sensei's meeting. So only after that we can be confirmed whether this information is true or not. Even though I'm unsure whether there will be more than 7 to 8 chapters added or not. But one thing I strongly believe is that we will get spin-off series about some of the characters. In 2023, they will announce more information regarding this. Look at this photo, it says, more drawings or chapters about Tokyo Revengers. I wonder if it's related to the main series or spin-off. So let me know below what you all think about this. And now, let's discuss the final chapter of this series. At the end of the last chapter, we saw a church. We know that the revenge has officially ended. So next chapter, we will see some characters' marriage. I'm still thinking, maybe in the next chapter we are going to see Takemichi and Hina wedding. But I have 2 different opinions regarding the final chapter. So basically, Takemichi wanted saved to everyone, including Hina. So he and Mikey saved everyone from their miseries, and now finally he will marry Hina. That's what we are all thinking. The ending was already very sweet. Something we generally do not see in the series. So what if there is a huge twist waiting for us in the last chapter? I want to mention this right now that this is merely just a theory. And I even saw some comments regarding this, that there is chance there will be someone's funeral. Yeah, some people thinks this way too. I can't say for sure this is at all a funeral of someone or not. But if it is, who will be that person? So what if someone is supposed to die on that day? So I think Ken Wakui chose July 3rd on purpose. Because Takemichi first died on July 4th, 2017, when he was pushed onto the train tracks by someone unknown. In today's timeline, we don't know what will happen exactly the day before the date of the tragedy. I think Takemichi and Mikey are still the time leapers. And maybe because of that, something terrible might happen. Because we saw the poor state of condition the original time leaper was. Even though he is a time leaper, we still don't know whether he really lived a normal life before or killing someone made him suffer that way. We have no clue about that. But whatever, Takemichi and Mikey's case is different, both of them are time leapers. So like I said before, Takemichi on the July 4th, 2017, was pushed onto the train tracks. And on July 3rd, 2017 Hina died in the accident. I wonder if there will be any sort of hidden meaning behind this date. It would be so great because before the final chapter, we got such a happy ending. And suddenly in the last chapter, there will be a twist no one thought of. Also in the second timeline, after Takemichi was saved by Naruto, he wakes up at hospital on July 4th. You guys can see that panel here. After Takemichi shakes hands with Naruto, he comes back to the future. And then when he sees the calendar, it shows July 4th, 2017. It was the same day Takemichi accidentally activated his power to go back to the past. So July 4 is very important regarding Tokyo Revengers. And Ken Wakui-sensei choosing July 3rd is something that's highly suspicious. In a one-day difference, anything can possibly happen. Anything. Honestly, if something unexpected is supposed to happen, it would be so wild. But still, I have such low expectations for the next chapter. I know, nothing this sort will be happening. Because after all, Takemichi and Hina's wedding would also be a great ending nevertheless. Also, the ending was very rushed. Because when Takemichi and Mikey both managed saved everyone. They didn't show us how. They did not tell us any backstory or didn't even show any flashback as to how could they achieve their goal. Suddenly, they made it look so easy. Whereas it's not that easy. Firstly, there are no burn scars on Inupi's face. Which means Akane is still alive. We don't know who prevented fire accident from happening in this timeline. But since Akane is alive, there's no reason for Koko to be obsessed over earning money. But Inupi wants to revive the Black Dragon Gang. But Koko has nothing to do with it. So, what's point of this? Also Takemichi and Mikey have nothing to do with Akane and Inupi's house fire accident in the first place. This is the one of the reasons as to why some people disliked the last chapter. Also have you noticed, Ken Wakui-sensei forgot to draw Kazutora's tattoo on this chapter. I don't know if it's an art error or not. Something like this happened before as well, and he apologized for that. But this time it's different. Maybe in this timeline, he decides not to have any tattoos. Some people said it would have been great if they saved Kikucho's family somehow. But if that happens, I don't think he would have met Izana. They could meet because both of them were orphans. So, something like this would change the entire story. But we don't know anything about his last name. I hope Ken Wakui-sensei reveals his last name in the individual character spin-off books. Also we didn't see the Black Dragon first-gen members in this chapter, other than Shinichiro. I'm curious as to what's up with the others, as we didn't get any information about Wakasa and Benkei, and also Takomi. We don't know what happened to them, whether they are Black Dragon members or not. We have no information about them. Since it's a rushed ending, Ken Wakui-sensei didn't show or explain anything very clearly. But since the beginning, since we all are used to reading a detailed manga, and now we're getting chapters where half of the things are not told to us. So we are feeling this way that the ending of Tokyo Revengers is not executed in a very good way. I'm not complaining, but I think it had every scope to be so much better. But anyway, we have to settle with the ending they provided us. And if we see a wedding in the next chapter, I'm so curious to see time skip designs of some characters. Since all of them are now alive. We will see Senju and Shinichiro, Emma, and Baji time skip design for the first time. I also wonder what hairstyle will Mikey pick for himself after time skip. And, like I said before, anything can happen at the end of the chapter. And some people says it's Kasaki and Hina wedding. But the Kasaki and Hina wedding would be so insane, like the greatest plot twist ever in the history of anime. It would be hilarious as well. I can't even imagine something crazy like this happening now at the end. If we look at this panel, we can see Takemichi is still wearing the necklace. It's a present from Hina. So it's pretty obvious Takemichi will marry Hina in the end. Anyway, I'm so excited, and this is the last time I'm looking forward to see the spoilers related to Tokyo Revengers. What are your predictions for the next chapter? Whose wedding do you think is going to take place? Let me know in the comment section below. So anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.